Hello everybody and welcome in to Rock Springs Stallions baseball here in Rock Springs, Wyoming at the Paul J. Wataha Recreation Complex. I'm Andrew Gallinger for the hometown Rock Springs Stallions. They come into tonight's game with the Evanston Outlaws 0-13. The Outlaws and the hometown Stallions played each other in Evanston, Wyoming back on May 1st. The Outlaws were victorious in that game by a score of 11-6. And these two will face each other again on Sunday at the conclusion of the Stallions home tournament for the 2022 season. So a couple of appearances for the Stallions and the Outlaws over the next few days. Let's take a look at the starting lineups. First, for the visiting Evanston Outlaws. Batting first at shortstop, number 24, we'll have Gavin Oliver. That'll be followed up by left fielder Ryder Wilson. Batting third, pitcher Hank Allred. Batting in the fourth position, number 34, the first baseman Braxton Bauer. The third baseman batting in position number 5, Ryan Hoover. The right fielder, batting in position number 6, Brody Clifton.
Up to bat, we have 24, Gavin Oliver.
The catcher, batting in position number 7, Jason Osborne. And Jason Sagastumi is pitching for Rock Springs. His first pitch is underway. That one over the heart of the plate for a strike. First is in there, 0-1 for a strike. Ryan Baldwin, the second baseman for Evanston, batting 8th. And as that one is going in there for a 0-2 count, fouled away. Walker Wilson, the 9 position batter, batting from the center field position defensively.
We appreciate it. He's in defeat too. Absolutely. 0-2 count to Oliver as this one.
Oliver hits it on an 0-2 count. Gets it way out to left field. That drops down. Fair ball. Oliver makes it to second. Making it out, Sam Wheeler, the left fielder, is able to come away with it.
Up to bat, 27, Ryder Wilson.
Left fielder for Rock Springs. Ryder Wilson for Rock Springs now up. As that was just beyond the foul line. Near the foul pole. If just a bit more, that would have been out of here. For Gavin Oliver, a double is the first pitch from Sagastumi to Wilson, just outside for a ball.
And they do it for every sport.
That's awesome.
That went down for a low roller right on first base. Quick out, number one. right on a low roller, and they say that is going to be a foul ball.
Oh, it went foul, sorry. And I was about to say
First base official
easier for the
says that's a foul ball,
all I had to do was just kind of
as that rolled right to the first baseman. But the home plate umpire says foul ball as that one is out there. But catching Oliver, racing back to second. Oliver is safe. That's a 2-1 count now.
you better count yourself lucky if you're Oliver on that one.
Thanks, guys.
That was awesome. Between the arms. Oh, if he'd got for the arm, he would have got it.
Sagastumi with the windup. Bunting, and that's a strike. 2-2 count.
Have you know that it wasn't windy?
Oliver in scoring position.
I know, it was actually even up to be a beautiful night. It's okay, we'll calm down. Absolutely.
Left fielder for the Outlaws in the batter's box.
Sagasumi sets at the belt. Checks the runner second, delivers. And that one
fouled down the third baseline.
by Coach Hoover. Oh my goodness.
Stays at a 2-2 count.
At third base for that. Yeah, Jay Nudd wants some of that. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Gavin Oliver.
So anytime we play the tournaments and stuff, yeah, it's pretty cool. And they're really good to us too. They're not over like
Sagasumi eyeing the runner
they
at
give all those
second.
props just as
And the 2-2 outside, 3 balls, 2 strikes.
And that one outside to the right of the plate. 3-2 the count now. Rock Springs in their alternate all blue, light blue home uniforms. Evanston silver, blue and white trim. Here's the pitch, and it's slow roller to third base, and it's foul down third. Jaden Hunt had to stretch, but it stretched the bit out of his glove and foul. Ryder Wilson keeps his initial batting appearance alive. Still nobody out with a full count. That one outside, but there's a loose ball. And Ryder Wilson goes to first on a walk.
Number 7, Hank Allred.
thank you so much.
Up next into the batter's box, the Outlaws starting pitcher, Hank Allred.
Center wall at Ross Kesterson off of on the Cheyenne Post 6 pitchers. Sagasumi sets, checks the runner at second. And the pitch is down.
And that one in the dirt over the plate. 1-0 the count.
Good way to kind of pin that underneath your body, get it back to the pitcher. As that, the Outlaws right now.
And that one,
out of the waters, getting that big lead off.
one that we've seen a lot so far this season from Stallion pitchers. A lot of walks so far this season.
Delivery is inside.
As that one is
Okay, Jason, come on.
just a bit inside. 2-0 the count to the left of the plate.
You know what we need? A soundboard.
2 men on, no outs.
I think of that every time I hear foul ball like that because they would do the broken glass.
Black sleeves under his electric blue pinstripe jersey. The 2-0. Hank sends it.
And that's solid contact. Down into center field. That drop's coming around.
And they put the stop sign.
Oliver scores with the double is Allred.
What a wonderful, what a swing. Some power to it. Thought for initially from this angle here, I thought that thing might sweep over the fence. That's just a tad short nonetheless. An RBI double bringing home.
Ice is able to chase it down.
That will now set the stage for Braxton Bauer. Nobody down.
But Rock Springs now having a conversation with pitcher Jason Sagastumi as this now something that Rock Spring is unfortunately very familiar with. A leadoff run being given up here in the first inning, having to come up from behind in inning number 1, is now up is Braxton Bauer, the first baseman.
First pitch to Bauer. That one. Nice.
Bauer watches
This is
one go by
34.
for a strike.
Bauer up to bat. Sorry about that.
Side of the box there, Bauer thought
Oh,
about it
Brax.
for a second, thought maybe that was enough to make him second guess up and right down in the strike zone. 0-1 count to Bauer. Sagasumi, not worried about the runners, worried about
Bauer swings through that one,
from Sagasumi.
and that's an 0-2 count.
Out in front of that with a breaking ball. 0-2 count to Bauer. Rock Springs looking for the
Nobody out.
first run of the game. Sagasumi with the 0-2.
Sagastumi with it, and this one down to left field. That brings in Ryder Wilson.
Single by Braxton Bauer.
Thanks to the RBI single, Braxton Bauer. And it's got Allred and Bauer now at the corners, thanks to Bauer's RBI single into left field that was picked up
Ryan Hoover now with
by left fielder Billy Peterson.
top of the first, so a good start.
Now, with it being 2-0, Outlaws
Hoover set
up now to bat Ryan Hoover.
Six stopped with Coach Small. That was the first home run for him of his career.
He was surprised when he was running the bases too.
First pitch to Hoover, swinging a miss. Kind of,
Hoover swings through that one, 0-1 the count.
It was a choppy swing. It was one of those ones. Oh, I guess I should go after it.
I think the mechanisms of that swing, like you said, he went, it felt like the hips went first, arms were.
And taking a look out there.
He missed it on that one. 0-1 count to Hoover. Nobody
On the bases, you see the Rock Springs
Ryan waits for the pitch, takes it outside.
baseman
Nobody down, and you've got
ready, as are
send this thing into the outfield already.
the fielders deep in the outfield.
The wheels to do it, absolutely.
Rock Springs wanting to avoid
Really need a strikeout right here.
digging a deeper hole for themselves here in the first inning. This is something that
Thought was shown by
they've experienced as that gets down. And
Call at first.
a quick throw to first from
A bit of a slide with
Garner to Hudson. Fasoler getting it quickly to Bauer, trying to catch Bauer, racing back to first. Bauer gets back.
runners on the corner. Nobody down.
That's 2 balls, 1 strike the count now.
That one goes right above.
Now that one goes just above the zone. 3 balls, 1 strike.
Strike 31 count. And you
Nobody out with runners at the corners on this chilly night for the 10th of May.
big potential if you're the Outlaws right now. You know that Hoover.
And so after the inning, if you want to just pick like a pump 'em up song.
Delivery to Ryan.
Here we go. Solid contact for the Outlaws.
Dugout and caught at the fence by
And that's caught at the fence for Fasoler. Races away from first base. And that's out number 1 for the Outlaws.
Up to bat, we have number
Ryan
11,
Hoover.
Brody Clifton.
Brody Clifton
forward now, knowing that he has 1 out. Brody Clifton now
now up to bat. In comes Hank Allred to...
1 down. Runners on the corners. Hank on third.
Nope, Hank Allred decided to stay.
Outlaws so far with 3 hits in the inning. 2 runs coming in.
Brody Clifton up next for the
What's
Outlaws.
that song? You have to Google it so you can put it on your baseball list.
That one just catching the inside left corner of the plate. Strike 1.
Middle inside portion is the one that's caught the Outlaws.
Allred and Bauer at the corners for the Outlaws. Sagastumi, here's the windup.
Just missing.
Clifton watches that one.
I'm a little ways away. It looked like it was pretty close.
That one just missing for a ball.
Ball, one strike to Brody Clifton.
Just to the left of the plate. 1-1 the count. 1 out.
Down. Top of the first. Runners on the corners. 1-1 count. Evanston already leads it.
Sagastumi, here's the pitch. That one wide. That one hits Clifton.
Go to first. Braxton Bauer moves to second. Now you got bases loaded. Big opportunity for Jackson Osborne.
Number 18.
With Bauer
Jackson
moving up to
Osborne.
second and Allred still at third.
Sixers on Saturday. We saw a very aggressive look. He was able to put that bat on ball a few times. Right now, bases
Jackson
loaded.
Osborne.
A little bit of a disaster right now if you're Rock Springs. You've got to get these outs. You've got to get out of this the bottom.
Up to the plate, and for Rock Springs, this is a very critical spot for them.
This one
As there is a quick hit, slow roller to the second baseman, right there from second to first.
first, and a great job there by the second baseman.
So they get Osborne out at first. All
Up to
red
bat, number
scores.
20, Ryan Baldwin. We have 2 outs.
3-0 Outlaws.
Just so you're aware.
Comes to score. Sorry, runners on second and third.
No, it was a.
Bauer at third now. Clifton at second. Allred came in to score on that.
First pitch to Baldwin.
And there's a quick grounder to the shortstop.
Goes across the diamond.
A late to first base, and coming in to score is Bauer, and that's another run in for Evanston. That's 3-0.
Number 5, Walker Wilson.
Come on,
Bauer
get him.
scores. Already is already scored. Clifton stands on third for Walker Wilson. Evanston looking to go through the entire batting order here in the opening inning. Sagasumi from the stretch. And the first pitch, runner goes. Hudson Garner fires.
And we have a-
but it's just a bit late.
Baldwin advancing to second.
And it is now runners on second and third. Ball, no strike. The Walker Wilson. Outlaws
kinda like it.
4-0 on the impact there. Couldn't ask for a better start if you're
No,
Evanston.
you can't.
With Baldwin advancing that time.
Tad high. That one thought about again. This time.
Count now
Walker Wilson.
2-0.
Back up on the rubber.
2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs, 4-0.
Light tan glove.
Evanston Outlaws lead the Rock Springs Stallions. Swings through that one is Walker Wilson. 2-1 the count now.
So here we go. This is a chance.
Runners at second and third for the Outlaws.
Evanston sends it 4-0. Have runners
Sagastumi wind up.
inside, almost untouchable.
That one in there for a ball. Wilson has to step back. It's a ball 3 into the
31 count.
right-handed batter's box to the left of the plate.
Sagasumi ready. Sagasumi sets at the belt. 3-1. This one.
And Wilson hits a strong one, gets down in shallow midfield,
And it's a 2-run
gets a single.
for Walker Wilson.
Wilson, I mean, could not put it.
Coming in is Clifton and Baldwin. A 2-run RBI
Number 24,
single
Gavin Oliver.
to make it now 6-0.
For the Outlaws. We started over back at the top of the batting order.
And now we are back to the top of the batting order here in inning number 1. And I hate to say it, folks, but this is also something we've seen from the Stallions.
Oliver puts this one into center field.
As Oliver gets this one
Tripping up coming around second.
down.
Wilson.
Oliver gets a single.
They're safe.
Wilson, using those baby giraffe legs, had to catch himself going around second base. He made it safe.
Oliver gets the single down to center field. That brings Wilson around to third.
Ron Denali coming out. I think we might already be looking at a pitcher change. So we're going to go ahead and take a break and tell you about the new Rock Springs pitcher.
And now we have, well, it looks to be a Rock Springs pitcher change. And yes, that's indeed what is going to be the case.
Pitcher will come back after this on presentation of Outlaw Baseball and MyLocalRadio.com.
Where are we going to put it?
I think Sam's picture. Oh, Billy.
Probably then. I just feel bad because it's always like,
And as we are
that's the worst feeling. Yeah.
still in inning number 1,
Yeah, I was trying to find something, but I don't know.
25
His
is
son's kind of naughty, so I hate that.
is going to be Dagan Dickinson into the game. The new pitcher, Billy Peterson, for Rock Springs. The Rock Springs Stallions defense continuing to struggle in the leadoff inning. That's something we've seen in all of these home games so far this season. Taking a look at Evanston, we have seen 6 runs come across on 14 hits for Evanston, and we now have Billy Peterson into the game for Jason Sagastumi pitching with 2 outs. Peterson trying to get out of this challenging first inning.
Up to bat, number 27, Ryder Wilson.
The Rock Springs Stallions. Up next for the Stallions, Ryder Wilson. Wilson walked earlier in the first inning. Wilson watches one as there's a long pitch that goes past third base, and that brings Walker Wilson around to score, and that error increases the Stallions' lead, or the Outlaws' lead, to 7-0, as Wilson was racing to get back, and that moved Gavin Oliver up to second base from first.
Anyway, on that error, Gavin Oliver moves to second.
1 second.
So 2-0 with a runner in scoring position to Ryder Wilson. Ryder, kind of a swinging bunt type thing.
And that's Ryder on the check swing. Ryder Wilson, a check swing, but that got bunted back.
Oh, okay.
That's credited as a foul. 2-1 the count now. 2 outs here in this very long top of the first inning. Wilson, long ball to left field. Catching it is Peterson, and that is out number 3 at the end of the top of inning number 3. The Evanston Outlaws come away with 7 runs. We'll take a break and come back with the bottom of inning number 1. This is Rock Springs Stallions baseball hosting the Evanston Outlaws. The Outlaws lead it early, 7-0. We'll be back with the bottom of inning number 1. This is Andrew Gallinger, and you are listening to Rock Springs Stallions Baseball. We'll be right back. And welcome back, everybody, to Rock Springs Stallions Baseball as we get ready for the bottom of inning number 1. The Stallions' first chance to swing the bats. The Stallions trailing big 7-0 at the end of inning number 1. Stallions came across giving away 7 runs on a combination of hits and fielding and base throwing errors.
Up to bat, number 26, Maddox Ice.
Ryder Wilson in left, Walker Wilson in center, and Brody Clifton.
Yo, VIP.
We'll see what the Stallions can do. Batting up next to lead off, Maddox Ice for the Stallions.
As his walk-up song.
The center fielder, Hank Allred, pitching for Evanston.
Pitch from Allred is up high, ball 1.
First pitch just above the zone for ball 1.
Stop position had a heck of a first inning. Hank. Next pitch. This one popped up high into center field.
That one,
Putting it in with
a
love.
pop-up into center field for
Sam
the
Miller,
first
double
out. Now up Sam Wheeler. That out was picked up by Walker Wilson.
First pitch. Outside ball.
That went outside to the right of the plate
It is getting neat.
as Sam Wheeler watched that one go by for ball 1.
The left side and it's flowing across their microphones perfectly. Just enough, right?
Swinging a miss that one down low for strike 1. Good looking pitch there from Hank.
Now for his first appearance at pitcher today, Hank Allred really putting some heat across the plate right now. I'm really impressed with what I've seen in these short few pitches.
That one strike. That one down low in the dirt.
So 2 balls, 1 strike to Sam Wheeler. Hudson Garner stands on deck.
2-1 the count now.
Bottom of the first, 1 down. Outlaws up by 7. Hank with the nod and delivers up high, ball 3. 3-1 count.
Now that one up high. 3-1 the count now.
Hudson Garner stands on deck. Jaden
Look at that one out.
3-1. Outlaw down low. And it's
That one in the dirt, drawing a walk
Sam Wheeler on
for Sam Wheeler.
Up to bat, Hudson Garner, 14.
Mama's boy. Mama said knock that ball.
Hudson Garner now in the batter's box for Rock Springs.
Garner showing fun. This one throws a second is not.
And we've got a runner for the Stallions.
Pass.
Wheeler steals and gets in there.
And Wheeler will take second.
Yeah, that was a good throw from Oliver, excuse me,
From Osborne.
Osborne all the way out to second, and that was in time. It took a weird curve at the very end there. Base is stolen.
It's starting to get cloudy and windy and cold here north of Rock Springs
That
at
foul
the
ball
ball
is brought to you
field.
by
as
Jenkins Music. If you return to the
as
concession stand,
Garner
you can get some candy.
fouls off that ball for an 0-2 count.
Hank Allred
I want
against
candy.
Hudson Garner. 3-0-2. Got one inside and high for ball 1.
Garner has to spin out of that one to keep from getting hit. A 1-ball, 2-strike count now.
Yes, we did. Starters graphic. Gotta keep an eye on it.
1-2 outside, down low. Ballerina count 2-2.
That one outside now to the right of the plate.
Ballerina count.
2-2 now.
Some minor action going on in the Rock Springs bullpen. Probably just throwing around to keep warm. 2-2 is inside, and after going down 0-2, Hudson Garner has worked this count.
That one now a full count.
Good battle here by Hudson Garner. Two great ball players.
Garner strong plate discipline this time.
As Garner
Watches that one. Garner racing to get that one. And Garner called out as Gavin Oliver at his shortstop position throws Garner out at first for out number 2. And that was a very close bang play. I wasn't sure that was indeed an out, but that was called by the second base umpire that had a clear view of it. So that's 2 outs, as that's a wild pitch.
Was Wheeler, but he thinks twice as back to the bag.
And on that second out, run at first from Garner, that advanced Sam Wheeler from second to third. The Stallions' first score just 90 feet away, as Jaden Hunt has it, is now, the count is 1-1 for Jaden Hunt in the batter's box.
Over off of the first base dugout. Wheeler doesn't have a tie shoe. Rock Springs out in an electric blue uniform with black pinstripes. I like it. I like it. Evanston in their away grays with the blue and white stripes. Wheeler with the black batting helmet, red bat, and the 1-1 is outside, gets away.
And here comes an outside pitch for ball 2.
Balls. Strike.
Hey guys, you're on Hunt.
2-1 count. He's watching a couple of these things go outside. No rush.
Hank sets up the chest. 2-1. This one popped up high and curving.
And Hunt pops one up high and foul.
Please return all foul balls.
Runner on third is Sam.
Pour some candy.
Walked and stole second, then advanced on the throw.
Count is all 2s. Now the lights here at the stadium coming on this cloudy and potentially rainy night here at the ballpark. Is that one is inside and in the dirt. Full count now.
And a very athletic move by Gavin Oliver at shortstop to throw it over in time. Full count. Outside and away.
And outside to the right of the plate, we've got a walk
Off the
from
bat, we
Jaden
have Billy
Hunt.
Peterson, number 6.
Now into the batter's box. Billy Peterson, the left fielder for the Stallions.
Including a double. That would be big here.
Come on,
Hank
boy.
checks the runner at first. And the first pitch to Peterson, thought about offering for it, but held up.
And Stallions, Peterson shows discipline on that one. Looked like he was going to swing, but held up 1-0 the count. 2 outs, runners at the corners. Big opportunity for Peterson. Let's see if he can capitalize. That one outside to the right of the plate. 2 balls, no strikes.
Give Peterson anything to clean hit off of.
No easy looks given up here by Hank Allred.
Hank sets at the chest, and it's 2-0.
Allred wind up outside. There goes the runner and out. Hunt is called out on the steal.
That's 3 outs.
Hunt called out on the steal. No runs, no hits on the third steal is third out. Hunt is called out on the steal at second. So we move to the top of inning number 2 with the Evanston Outlaws leading the Rock Springs Stallions 7-0. We'll be back. This is Andrew Gallinger, and you are listening to Rock Springs Stallions Baseball.
From the mound to the plate at the bottom of the first.
And welcome back, everybody, to Rock Springs Stallions Baseball here in Rock Springs, Wyoming. Andrew Gallinger with you. We are in the top of the second inning. Evanston Outlaws at bat. The Outlaws
are now on the mound against each other.
coming off of a 7-inning run for the top of the first inning. Hank Allred, the starting pitcher, the batter to start inning number 2. After all the batters plus a couple saw action turning over in inning number 1, Allred saw his first pitch
The 0-1 to Allred.
go for
He pops this one high,
a foul,
heading towards the dugout.
and that one just goes for another foul.
Please return all foul balls to the concession stand for some candy.
0-2 the count now.
And if you want, make some signs and foul balls. That foul ball brought to you by Dean College.
DO2. Allred chops this one right.
Allred gets it right down to the shortstop.
Out number 1. Good throw by Wheeler.
Up to bat number 34.
Right there
Braxton
for the
Bauer.
first out.
Bauer.
Up next, Braxton Bauer. Bauer singled
Billy will bat.
last time.
First, so
Because
this
we
is
got
all
caught
the
stealing.
second time everybody. But most of them is the first time seeing Billy Peters.
That's what I was about to say. Second round, but
Wheeler to Hudson Fasoler last time to get Allred out. Shortstop to first base just now is the first pitch. Went by Bauer for a ball. Bauer watched it go by. 1-0 the count, 1 out.
1-0 to Bauer. Pops this one.
Bauer watches this one go by.
Field, and that one will drop in and out of the glove of Cannon Christensen.
Racing to center field.
Up to bat number 15.
Diving,
Ryan.
dropping in and out of the glove. Cannon Chrisman can't come down with it. Braxton Bauer gets a single.
I'll now bring up Ryan
Up next, Ryan Hoover.
Hoover, 0 for 1 on the day. Popped out to the first baseman in foul territory last time up. The wind is just howling. But it's Rock Springs. Hoover gets this one down third base line, and I think Coach aka Dad is telling him, just calm down. You're all right. Calm down. Don't chase after the first thing you see.
last time I saw that exact.
And Hoover fouled that one
talking
down the third base line. 0-1 count now.
Proceeding a home run from Hoover. So we'll see how this one goes.
Peterson with the 0-1. Hoover fouls this one into the back.
Peterson pitch
Quick pitcher's count for Billy Peterson with 1 down.
as it's fouled back now into the catch fence behind home plate. 0-2 the count now.
Faced a few and he sat a couple down, and if not for an error, he'd be 4 for 4.
Peterson definitely changing things up a little bit for Rock Springs.
Peterson with the windup. Here's
Foul over
the
Please
pitch,
return all foul
and
balls to the concession stand.
Hoover
for a piece of
fouls
candy.
this one away.
Oh, maybe I could go grab one of those.
Go get that.
I forgot to say,
You're right.
sponsored by.
That's just something we started doing this year anyway. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And it's starting to get windy and cold here at the baseball field. Swings through that one. Gets him out.
Trying to get the double up on the strikeout, but instead they'll just settle for the strikeout. And 2 down for Brody Quick.
Billy Peterson gets Hoover out.
Now batting number 11.
Up next, Brody
Clifton.
Clifton. Clifton got on base last time via the hit by pitch scenario.
Hit around and scored as part of the 7-run.
And if it's easier,
for the
you
Outlaws.
can see them here.
Oh, Jason.
So I got the lineup.
Pitch. Inside, almost got him again.
Close. Nice shave again.
Clifton just escaped getting hit for a second time.
He keeps doing all the golf course stuff. It's got
1-0 the count.
1-0.
Bauer remains on first.
Peterson outside away. Good
Way
spin by
wide
Garner.
to the right of the plate. Garner, quick throw right back to first, but Bauer is safe at first.
this time he's going to be calling it. I don't know.
Garner to Fasoler. Bauer made it back to first in time. No play there for the
And this
third
one
out.
hit lazily over the first base line. And 2 balls, 1 strike to Brody Clifton.
That slow roller down the first base line.
On deck.
Hit by
Still
Clifton.
with his shin.
Fouled off. 2-1 the count now.
2-1 count to Clifton. Peterson with the delivery. Up high.
Clifton watches a high ball.
Standing up is Bauer.
That one.
Now 3-1 as Bauer racing back to first again. 3-1, 2 outs. Braxton Bauer only man on.
This one fouled over the third baseline, and now we've got a full count. Our first baseline.
Please return Outlaws to the concession stand for a piece of candy.
Clifton.
Full count now as Clifton fouls one away down the first base line again. Full count, 2 outs. Evanston Outlaws lead 7-0 over the Rock Springs Stallions.
Runner on first to Clifton. And the pitch. This one hit right up the middle.
Grounder.
The field at shortstop, runs over.
Right to the second baseman.
And over.
Shortstop, excuse me. That gets to Jaden Hunt. The out gets right to Braxton Bauer as he crosses second for out number 3. And with that, that ends the top of inning number 2. This is Rock Springs Stallions American Legion Baseball with Andrew Gallinger. We'll be back. And we are going to go ahead and actually just keep it right here as Rock Springs batter Billy Peterson is coming up and ready.
Oh, whatever. You know what you're talking about. You know what's going on there more than anyone else.
Coming up for Rock Springs Stallions in their batting order to lead off the top of inning number 2. It will be Billy Peterson, Hudson Fasoler, and Andrew Rodinelli.
Now batting number 6, Billy Peterson.
Billy Peterson leading off the inning for
And for those 3 batters I just mentioned, this is their first appearance in the batter's box in tonight's contest for these Stallions players.
I cannot begin to tell you how, exemplar, just an
As we lead off the bottom of inning number 2 for these Rock Springs Stallions.
Hudson Fasoler and Andrew Rondinelli, the 3 up. Well, Coach Rocky Rondinelli as Peterson pops this one.
Peterson pop up.
Hoover.
That gets down. It drops. That drops.
Now batting number 23, Hudson Fasoler.
either way with that.
And for that, Ryan Hoover unable to get that one into his glove. Peterson makes it to first on the error. Hudson Fasoler Now into the batter's box. The left-handed batter is ready.
Outside part of the zone for strike.
That one way out on the outside, but it catches the zone. Just the corner for a strike. 0-1 the count.
The 0-1 with Solar. This one chopped.
The solar grounder gets through for a single.
Now batting number 2, Andrew Rodnelli.
Now batting, Andrew Rodinelli, the second baseman. Two men on, nobody out for Rodinelli. Rodinelli watches one go by for a ball just above the zone. A 1-0 count now.
We're going to have to bring him on the ball. We're going to have to bring him on.
Yeah, I guess I just gave him PTSD. The next pitch right down Front Street.
Rodinelli watches one square down the middle for a 1-1 count.
What a broadcast right there.
Falling off the rails. 1-1 to Rondinelli inside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Runners on first and second. Nobody down. Billy Peterson reached on the air.
And that one,
Solar with a nice little
2-1 count, just outside for a ball.
First and second base. Not much you can do about it there. 2-1 to Rondinelli. Thought about showing bunt. Reached for it, but he missed.
That one a missed bump for strike 2. An even 2-2 count now.
On deck for the Stallions. 2-2 from Allred.
That one slow roller out at first. Not in time at
Now
first.
batting number 25, Dagan Dickinson.
So Rodinelli makes it to first.
Allred. Black glove on his left hand, resting on his thigh. Hit inside. Throw to second is. Almost in time to Oliver, but
And coming in to score,
he waited for the ball to get
that is Hudson Basolar
and then flying in.
on a steal is
7-1 Outlaws.
Made it on the board.
Andrew Rodinelli stole his cannon. Chrisman came up
Over to second on the stolen base. Now he's got runners on second with 1 down.
on a steal.
I don't know if this means anything, but they had that score on there when Peterson was on second. So
7-1 now the score.
Scorekeeper is just a dumbass.
Swing and a miss. 4 strike 1.
Got excited.
1-1 count. And maybe getting some base runners.
Now a swing and a miss. Let's catch you up. 1-1 count now.
And that's Dickinson. As that one gets away from him and catches the inside part of the zone. It looked like it got away from him and it just curves back in. What a pitch by Hank Allred. Whoa.
And that one curves just back in, catching the zone for strike 2 for Cannon Crispin.
Outside in the dirt.
That one in the dirt for ball 2. Back even now, 2-2.
To Dickinson.
Nobody out.
On deck for Rock Springs. Outlaws out in front. A fairly commanding lead, 6 runs.
Stonewall.
Rodinelli out second.
Second, yeah.
The 2-2. Up high, 3 balls.
With the 2-2, Crispin has to duck. Makes it now a full count, 3-2.
To not tattoo the helmet.
We've been here before. Allred's walked a couple Stallions in this position before. This is a good chance for him to get that strike. Move up to 2 out.
And Allred walks Chrisman.
Now batting number 7, Cannon Chrisman.
Excuse me, you walk Dagan Dickinson.
Just get nervous with the kids staying somewhere.
Yeah.
Outside part of his own nasty pitch.
And that one outside, catching the right corner of the plate for strike one
There's
against
something
Cannon
about
Chrisman.
0-1 count.
That one way outside to the right of the plate, ball one.
Ice is up, right? Yeah.
Bottom of the second. 1 run in already for Rock Springs. 1 down. Runners on first and second. The 1-1. Swing and a miss.
Chrisman swings through that one.
Nice movement there from Hank Allred. Maddox Ice, the leadoff man, stands on deck. Two strikes. Hank sets and delivers. Outside gets away.
And that's a wild pitch. And we've got Dagan Dickinson. He advances to second.
Move over, so now instead of first and second, we've got second and third. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
On the wild pitch, Rodinelli now up at third. Hudson Fasola already back in earlier. Remember, he came home
2-2.
on the wild pitch play. Is now the count 3-2.
By much. Full counts.
As Chrisman now has a full count. Let's see where that goes. That's a bit high. And Chrisman walks.
Now batting number 26, Maddox
Big
Ice.
opportunity for Maddox Ice.
You know, Evanston got out of the blocks early. Put up 7.
Now batting with the bases loaded, the leadoff man, Maddox Ice. Ice flew out into center field to lead off the first inning. Let's see if Ice can get on the board and potentially cut this lead to just 2 for Evanston. 7-5, depending on if Ice can hit a homer. It's now a 1-1 count with 1 out, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Or maybe I just can't feel it. It's said not to be envious, but I see people with blankets and I can't help it.
1 catches the
Ice watches one
1 ball, 2 strikes. Pitchers count.
for a 1-2 count.
Allred looking for a strikeout here to take away a lot of options for Rock Springs.
Ice not able to be selective now.
This one.
Ice swings, gets down into shallow right field. 1 run scores. Now comes a second. Andrew Rodinelli and Dagan Dickinson both come around on the single to shallow right field from Maddox Ice. And that quickly gets Rock Springs Stallions back into this ball game. Now up to bat, Sam Wheeler for the Stallions with
Wheeler walked last time, stole second, made it to third. Before
man on base, first and second.
One out.
Chrisman on second, Ice on first. And as I was explaining now, we've got 1 ball, 1 strike the count.
Ball, 1 strike to Wheeler. Outside away, good grab.
That one outside to the right of the plate, 2-1 the count.
Both bullpens are quiet right now.
All red looking.
On first and second, one down, 2-1. And this
Here it comes now, Wheeler. It goes high and fouled
Please return
into the
concession
Evanston
stand. Piece
dugout.
of candy.
Count even now at 2.
The housing market.
Okay.
And all the liberals. To be honest.
Amen, sister.
Enough of that.
Wheeler with a walk and a steal. His first time up in
My husband's
the first inning, as that one is way wide right of the plate for a full
Yeah, we
count.
get all our furniture from them.
Really?
Yeah.
Don't.
Don't?
That one way outside to the right of the plate, and a walk for Wheeler.
Up to bat, number 14, Hudson Gardner.
Chrisman at third, Ice at second, Wheeler at first. Hudson Gardner up to bat for the Stallions.
Travels back and forth every so often.
Well, what did you do up there?
He's part of
Garner potentially with the opportunity, if he can hit one that clears the wall, we could have ourselves a tie ball game. Because Evanston, they brought their pitching staff out to have a conversation with Paul Red on the pitcher's mound. As Garner is now into the batter's box. Let's see what Garner can do. Here's the pitch. Garner watches one. Low for ball 1.
Not even worrying about the runners. His base is loaded.
That's it.
Garner gets one down to center field. That one gets past the center fielder. Garner a double. And 3 runners come home. And he misses. He misses it. He misses. He misses it.
Now up to bat, number 27, Jaden Hunt.
And just like that, we have a 7-6 ball game.
Just waking up in the morning, gotta thank God. I don't know.
Wow! Jaden Hunt now in the batter's box as he watches that one go for a strike.
Your way, as you have not had it go your way. This inning.
As Rock Springs, that was their first time at home. They really had a gift this season. As Hunt has a slow roller, that's from third to first. Hunt is out. But Garner scores from third. So on the sacrifice, we are all even. Now it's 7.
20 more minutes into it, 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 20 more minutes into it. I am not slow, niggas, you want me because I got the dope. That's like a ride on my phone.
And just like that, Billy Peterson, who started the bottom of the second inning, is back for this batting appearance here in the second. As this game is now tied as Peterson swings through that one. 7-7 all.
The 0-1 to Peterson.
Peterson gets hit.
No string, or no swing, though.
Up to bat, number 23, Huddy P.
Peterson gets hit.
But I know it's
Peterson making it to first.
To all the ladies in the place with style and grace, allow me to lace these lyrical dishes.
On an error and hit by pitch so far in the game. Now Hudson Fasoler is in. Made it in a single to right field earlier. Fasoler watches the first one go by for a ball.
Outlaws open the game with 7 runs. Blank Rock Springs in the bottom of the first. Rock Springs blanks Evanston in the top of the second. As a throw back to the first, try to catch up on Peterson a little bit later.
Peterson diving back to first, remains safe.
Has responded with 7 runs of their own. Allred checks the runner at first. Sets the 1-0.
Allred, here's the pitch in the dirt. Gets away. And that allows Peterson to steal second. Billy Peterson. And now Rock Springs with the runner in scoring position. And their first chance to take the lead at home for the first time this season as Peterson pops one up behind the home stands. 2-1 the count now.
You got
Evanston scores 7 in the top of the first, unanswered by Rock Springs in their half of the first. Then Evanston, none in their top of the second, and Rock Springs still in the bottom of the second. They answer with 7 to get where we are now, all even at 7-all. Still in the bottom of the second, as there's a wild pitch, and Peterson advances to third on a wild pitch.
And now the go-ahead run 90 feet away for Rock Springs.
And we are now seeing challenging times for the Evanston Outlaws pitcher, Allred, as we have a full count. And that's low and allows
Number 2, Andrew
the Solar with now the opportunity to walk to first.
5 walks given up by Allred in this one.
Now up for the Stallions with runners at the corners. Andrew Rodinelli.
Big opportunity now for Rock Springs. Runners on the corners. First pitch by Allred.
Rodinelli watches the first one. 1-0 the count. 2 outs and a lengthy second inning for Rock Springs that brought this game back even. 7-all. Evanston Outlaws, Rock Springs Stallions. 2-0 the count as that one in the dirt.
2-0. Just out.
That one
Didn't miss by much, just outside. 3 balls.
just
And Evanston
outside of the plate. 3-0.
have to deal with another full Rock Springs.
Allred wind up. Here's the pitch.
Finds the zone.
That one
That one
catches the plate. 3-1 the count
By the
now.
time at this level, you'll see 3-0 the pitch the batter's holding no matter what, so you can kind of sneak a free strike in there. Now you're 1 pitch away from getting it.
Rodinelli gets one down there, and that brings across Billy Peterson.
Number 25, Dagan Dickinson.
Rodinelli singled that time. And looks like we are now going to have a pitching change.
Put somebody out of the outfield. I gotta figure out how to do
Now for Evanston. Pitching, it is going to be Peterson.
Wilson.
Now pitching for Evanston, number 27, Wilson.
Excuse me, Wilson.
Right?
And as Peterson came around from Rodinelli's RBI single to give Rock Springs the lead, that's the Stallions' first lead at home in this 2022 season. The Stallions come into this game 0-13. Has coming in now, still in the bottom of the second inning with 2 outs. Dagan Dickinson is in to bat. As we have Hudson Fasola on second, Andrew Rodinelli at first.
Gotta cut down on them the rest of the game. You do. You gotta cut down on them. Right now, it's just given the Stallions too many opportunities. And you know what? Props to the Rocks. They've been able to capitalize. They've been able to come into it. There's a bunny out on the field.
That's a mascot for the Stallions.
And Wilson, first pitch wide right.
And they're gonna get him.
And we've got an out. Hudson Fasola called out at third, stealing.
What was that
They caught him stealing.
alligator rolling?
8 runs come in on a lot of hits for Rock Springs. And the
I mean, it was cool looking. It was just 10 minutes after the
As
fact.
8 runs come in for Rock Springs. In the bottom of inning number 2, the Stallions take the lead over the Evanston Outlaws. Will the home team be able to hang on and get their first win of the season? We'll see. Stay with us. This is Andrew Gallinger and Rock Springs Stallions Baseball. Stay with us. We'll be back for the top of inning number 3. This is Rock Springs Stallions Baseball with Andrew Gallinger.
Now batting number 18, Jackson Osborne.
Welcome back, everybody, to the top of inning number 3. Evanston now trailing 8-7. The Rock Springs Stallions put up an 8 spot.
Your first up again will be Dickinson.
You're Billy Peterson.
For us.
You were down 7. Now you're up 1. So it's completely changed your mindset a little
You got a
bit.
good lineup, and you've been getting some kids out, and you scored
Jackson Osborne watched the first one go by for a ball.
at the center.
Sees the second one pitch from Peterson.
Absolutely. And we're only in
Also
the third,
for a
so
ball.
we got a long way to go. Pitch outside.
2-0 the count.
2 balls and strikes. Osborne takes the 2-0.
That one in the dirt.
Right now,
3-0 the count now.
free trip to first courtesy of Billy Peterson.
Osborne, with a high probability he'll have a freebie. 90 feet away at first.
High, heading towards foul territory.
Pop up into foul territory, and that gets out of play.
That football was sponsored by Sweetwater Now. Please return on
3-1 the count now.
For candy.
So it's a 3-1 count to Jackson Osborne. Nobody now.
Jackson Osborne, the Outlaws catcher,
And if you want to take a picture of that, just
struck out in the first.
Well, but I mean, just for the walk-up songs.
Osborne
If you work up there,
foul.
that's fine.
Slow roller down the third base line. Staying alive.
I don't know if Steph's on call.
Really good.
We don't know that
About
clinic.
those two pitches
And so
there.
I don't know if she's going to be able to be here all week.
That one's intense, yeah.
Peterson with the full count offering.
Here comes the pitch from Peterson.
Off his foot.
And that comes off of Osborne. Foul.
Osborne back into the right-hand side of the batter's box. Peterson. 3-2.
Peterson with the windup. And that gets down. Diving. Third baseman and shortstop.
Now batting number 20, Ryan
Osborne gets to first.
And the shortstop, and both of them go on a dive and tumble into the dirt.
Beyond Rock Springs, we've got Hunt and Rodinelli diving for that one, unable to come up with it.
Scored as part of that 7-run first inning. Runner on first is Jackson Osborne after the leadoff single.
With the leadoff single up next, Ryan Baldwin. Baldwin bunts. That gets down, but it's foul. Down the third base line.
That one hovered for a while, made you think it had a little bit of a chance.
You know, with the wind coming across your face from left to right, it had an opportunity to go and roll back into play.
Wind's starting to get stronger as this guy's starting to darken a little bit to the west.
On this one, 0-1. Baldwin waiting for righty versus righty. Baldwin watches the 0-1 into the glove. And they'll call it strike.
Baldwin looks at that one for an 0-2 count.
0-2 counts. Time called by the umpire.
Baldwin
Ryan called time now.
looks like he wants to bunt.
Baldwin.
Gets back into a regular stand. Let's see. Now we got a steal. Call it out. Out is Osborne.
Garner into the glove of Andrew Rondinelli, who picks it up cleanly.
From Garner to Rodinelli.
Couldn't have been more precise with that throw from Gardner all the way out to second, and then from the bag. Couldn't have been in a better position.
Garner to Rodinelli. That's out number one on the steal. Slow roller, third to first. That is out number two.
I thought that was, that ball was going way outside reach.
Hunt to Fasola.
Walker Wilson.
Line down the third base line.
As that was a slow roller.
A 2-run RBI single last time he was up.
Now up, Walker Wilson.
Pitch to Walker, first pitch. Taking ball, catches the outside part of his own. Nice movement.
Wilson watches an 0-1.
One counts. 2 down, nobody on. Counts one, breaking ball that didn't break at all, goes inside, and ball, 1 strike.
That one just outside for a ball, 1-1.
2 for 2.
Peterson wind up. Here's the pitch for the Stallions. That one just a little low. 2-1.
Strike to Walker Wilson. Gavin Oliver on deck. Riley
Here,
Wilson.
he starts losing.
His brother in the hole. 2-1 from Billy Peterson to Walker Wilson. Inside. Wilson trying to get on base with 2 down and hopefully starting a bit of a 2-out rally for the Outlaws to find themselves down 8-7
I'm good,
here in the
thank
top of the third. Brought to you by Unitop.
And now that's a 3-1 count.
31.
She just wanted to know.
Outside and away, and Wilson
She just
works
wanted me
the
to
walk. Gives the Outlaws some.
Now batting number 24, Gavin Oliver.
As Gavin Oliver
And that's a walk for Wilson.
comes on to the batter's box, and Oliver 2 for 2 on the day. So this is someone you want up there. He's also got
Now up, hitting a perfect game. Gavin Oliver following a pitchers conference. Billy Peterson, Rock Springs Stallions.
Is he flipping him off? Peterson
still on the mound, still has the ball in the hand. And I think Coach Rondinelli might be some. All right, how do we get a hot batter out of Gavin Oliver? I mean, he looked good against almost everyone they faced this year.
Yeah. He does look good. He's about 500, and moving forward, doing great today. And I don't think it was a talking to about any type of performance on the mound. It is solely
Gavin Oliver, a perfect day so far.
Gavin Oliver up for inside.
2 and 2.
Almost a button. Gavin Oliver's third.
Hey, babe. That was practice.
First one, a ball.
I'm gonna hurt tomorrow.
Steps out the batting box and back in.
Hey, broadcast.
Pitch outside, runners go.
And there's a still attempt. And there's the throw just a bit wide at second.
Rondinelli at second. He couldn't apply the tag. He had to kind of lay out to make sure.
Walker.
I'm still crazy, but yeah, makes sense.
saying the wind can take him. They carry out of the bat just enough. Gardner was a good throw.
Gardner and Rodinelli.
2-0 outside. Throw back to third, trying to catch him. And Hudson is letting Walker know, I see you out there.
And as we are there,
One of the best catchers
still attempt.
in the west side of the state. 3-0 count.
They work at the radio station.
Now that makes sense.
Now a count 3 and 1.
The first time ever they were
Still up in this one.
As it getting progressively windy here in Rock Springs. Let's see how that impacts it as it gets into left field. Oliver gets it in there for a single.
Coming in and scoring on an RBI single like Gavin Oliver is Walker Wilson.
Wilson
Now
scores.
batting number 27, Ryder Wilson.
Down and just
Oliver, RBI single to left field, brings Wilson in, and we are back even at 8.
They don't have any concessions then?
Ryder Wilson now back into the game.
Ryder, the new pitcher, by the way.
Wilson pops one up behind home plate. Gardner tries to get it in and out of the glove, though.
We all know what caused that.
yeah.
The wind catches that one.
The wind is the opposite of James Bond. He likes to stir it up a little bit.
Wind starting to play havoc with this one. The first time tonight that we've seen.
Thank you. Out of all the jokes, that's the one that
Missed ones as we now have
Hey! Oh, yeah.
Gavin Oliver trying to move up to second, but that's a foul tipped. Oliver having to trek back to first as it is getting progressively windy and colder here in Rock Springs.
It is flat out swirling up top. And that is definitely being the difference in some of these things.
Playing some victims for defensive plays. What would have been highlights.
Peterson pitching for Rock Springs to Wilson. Let's see. There's contact into center field.
It's a 2-out rally that continues for the Outlaws. Runners
And that's a 2-out single
on first and second for Hank
for
Allred.
Wilson.
Now batting number 7,
Hank Allred, the
Allred,
pitcher that initially started the game for the Outlaws.
Wind and over the wall here tonight.
If you want any type of chance, you're going to have to go into right center and have this thing carry you just a tad.
Yeah, the wind
You're
is,
batting
the
right
wind is
into
almost blowing right into his face. So all red right now. Gold just put the bat on the ball and see what
All red
catches the outside part of the zone.
watches one catching the right edge of the plate for an 0-1 count.
Runners in scoring position for all red.
All red watches that one go by for strike 2, catching the corner.
8-8 on the impact physical there scoreboard. Gavin Oliver represents the go-ahead run. He's on second base.
Stallions ahead is that gets down into shallow right field.
Gavin Oliver around third.
Coming home, Gavin Oliver.
Pick it up. And the throw is
Now batting number 34, Braxton Bauer.
Single for Hank Allred, and the Outlaws take the lead.
With Allred getting the RBI single into shallow right field. That brings Gavin Oliver home. And Evanston Outlaw once again breaks the stalemate, 9-8. And Peterson's pitch over the strike zone. Braxton Bauer watches that go by. Strike 1.
As Bauer sends this chopper right towards the glove.
Bauer
He steps on the base to get the force out, and the inning is over. One
into
run, 2 runs.
center field. Caught for the out. And at the end of inning number 3, the top of the 3rd, the Evanston Outlaws pick up 2.
We're not even close to being done.
To have a 9-8 lead as we head to the bottom of inning number 3. Stallions up next to swing the bats. We'll be back to Stallions baseball. This is Andrew Gallinger in Rock Springs, Wyoming. Welcome back, everybody, to the bottom of inning number 3. New pitcher for Evanston came in as Dickinson gets one down the third base line to lead off the inning for a double.
Now batting number 7, Cannon Crispin.
That a way to lead off. Now up for Rock Springs, Cannon Crispin. Crispin walked back in inning number 2. That one wide right. It gets away from Allred. Dickinson advances to third on the wild pitch. And just like that, Rock Springs is right back in a potentially tying position or back to taking the lead, as it's a 9-8 ball game here in the bottom of the 3rd. Crispin swings through that one. 1-1 the count.
Ball, 1 strike. Common.
Here's the pitch. Wide right of the plate for a ball. 2-1.
Storm will pick up after high school's done.
That's what I meant, sorry.
I heard.
Storm's a travel team. Oh, they have one for softball?
Tying run for Rock Springs, just 90 feet away at third. That one just outside of the plate. For ball 3. 3-1 the count. Nobody out. Swings through that one. Now it's a full count. 3-2.
3 balls, 2 strikes. 9-8 Evanston in on the impact of full there, the scoreboard, but nobody down already on the third.
I'm the only
In the
one
corner
here
of
with
Jackson
short sleeve shirts, except for
for
Cole.
Rock Springs. Coming with the delivery.
And there's good contact to the shortstop. Way high! Gets past the first baseman. Dickinson comes in to score. Diving into second.
Up to bat, number 20.
That is Chrisman. Chrisman gets it to second on the error. So we are once again tied, this time at 9. Here in the bottom of inning number 3.
Quick steal of his lineup. Trying to keep track of losing and winning pitchers here. Back and forth, back and forth. Thank you.
2 minutes shy for being 90 minutes.
We're here.
Up next in the batter's box, Maddox Ice for Rock Springs.
I got chips if you want some.
Second pitch is thrown by Damien Combs. Run already coming around. First pitch. Other side pitch outside. Misses away. Ball 1. Sam Wheeler, who's walked twice, stands on deck.
What position do you play?
Stallions.
That first
This is game
pitch missing. Ball 1. That one catching the corner of the plate. Strike 1.
And then we're going to have a doubleheader at some point.
You pitch.
One miss or catches himself. Right?
Nice.
Yeah, these two teams without.
Oh, yeah, I did. I did.
Outside of the way. Good snag by
That one outside. Allred had to slide to the right to catch it. 2-1 count.
The biggest difference with softball is there's no limit.
2-1 count to Max Ice.
So that makes it nice. So unfortunately, though, she didn't.
Donovan checks the runner at first. Lets the right hand Dane sets. 2-1.
Chrisman at second. That now 3-1 as that one was outside to the right of the plate.
To Max Ice.
Ice, you gotta think he'll just watch this next one go by. Being ahead of the count, Ice has a strike to give if he wants to. But if he's got one over the heart of the plate, you gotta think, why not swing at that one? As that one is outside, Ice
Now
walks.
go below, Sam Wheeler.
Now batting, Sam Wheeler. Wheeler walked in the first and second inning.
Definitely something I think Coach Small will be a little concerned about, a little bit disappointed in as we get set for
Cameron with his pitch. That one
probably a ways away. But you know we
in the dirt to the right of the plate for a ball.
way too many guys. When you look at the box score right now, Evanston walking has allowed 7 walks in this one. That could very well be the difference. First pitch misses for a ball, next pitch misses inside for a ball.
And that one also missing. Ball 2.
4 of them come around, 7 walks to come around score. Rock Springs misses one outside.
That one swinging. Fouled off.
So that might be a big difference.
Just barely tipped off the front of the bat. 2-1 count.
Yeah.
When I got right into
Especially since Billy Peterson's gone.
Yeah, he has been an absolute difference maker for Rock Springs. We had him in
Chrisman on second, Ice on first.
Let's talk about his pitching.
That one passes by for a ball. 3-1.
Let's see Gardner stands on deck.
To get a team, so
We could probably have a U14
And the
team
3-1.
short.
Cutter finds the zone and Conley gets back into it.
Watching that one is Wheeler. That's a full count now. 3-2. Nobody out. Wheeler, this is a very important opportunity. Swings through that one. Buddy fouled that one off. Stays alive.
How old is your daughter? She's 14. She'll be 15 in November. I thought I heard it got called to the office today. Probably, yeah. I heard Shaggy Stewie. I'm like, what? Sounds about right.
And that called for a strike. Strike looking out number 1. Sam Wheeler called for the out.
Number 14, Hudson Gardner.
Double that set this place on fire.
Now in the batter's box, Hudson Garner.
Goes to the batter's box. He's 1 for 2 on the day. He has gotten back to ball both times. First pitch cutter outside misses. Ball 1. First at bat.
Garner watches ball 1 go by.
Which took a really good play by Oliver to throw him out. And then he sent it for a 3-run RBI double. The 1-0 to Garner. This one popped up high.
Garner pop up into shallow right field.
And Baldwin going.
And that gets down. Catch by Baldwin for out number 2. Jaden Hunt now up.
Last time up, walked his first time.
Hunt walked in the first inning, flew out in inning number 2.
Again, lets the ball hit, goes from the stretch, sets around the cheek. And the righty delivers to the right.
Hunt flies out. Pop up, foul. 0-1 the count.
Foul boss to the concession stand for some candy.
There's like a hole.
I know, right? How unfortunate would it be if it dropped right? There's a belt that goes from the backstop, or just shy of the backstop, just shy of the press box. How unfortunate would that be? Throw is outside. Hit call red. Throws to first.
And that's outside for a ball. 1-1 the count.
Nice. But he's back in time. 1 ball, 1 strike. But yeah, you're absolutely right. That thing's a hole right here.
Billy Peterson up next. Should Jalen Hunt be able to get on base for Rock Springs? 2 men on, 2 outs. Hunt watches that one for ball 2.
But just didn't break it up.
Closer to the zone than the striking.
2 balls, 1 strike. The Jaden Hunts, 2 down, runners on first and second. 1 runner come in for Rock Springs. And the pitch. Down low, 31 count.
That one low for a ball.
Billy Peterson, who led off this inning and came around and scored.
3-1 with 2 sent back to the dugout.
Peterson
Here in the bottom of inning number 3.
my scoreboard was all sorts of messed up because of that long inning.
And that one down for strike 3.
Strike 2. And now Conley, you gotta get this strike out if you're out.
That scared me.
You gotta get it.
And that's not out number 3. My apologies. That's strike 2.
Moments where games are decided and you think that could be it.
And that's a walk.
Now
A walk
batting,
for
number
Hunt.
6, Billy Peterson.
Billy Peterson.
Now in the batter's box, Billy Peterson
He's got 2 runs scored.
with the bases loaded.
Peterson, 2 down. So ground out, a pop out, a fly out, anything would help the Outlaws out here. Peterson with a chance to break this thing open for the Stallions. First pitch to Peterson. Inside, almost caught him.
Peterson has to range back to keep from getting hit on that one.
At the bottom of the bat. So that's a foul ball.
That one looked like it should have been a ball.
And the umpire saying.
Umpire says.
Umpire saying it's hit him, but credit to Billy Peterson. He said no, it hit the bat. It was Peterson who called that out. So credit to him.
Umpire said it hit the bat. Peterson, it looked like it came close to hitting him. So it's 0-1. That one, clearly, way behind him. That looked like it hit him in the back. That looked clear that it hit him in the back.
It's 0-2. Our third inning is brought to us by Utah Envision, and apparently I need to go see them. 0-2 count. This one.
And that's 0-2, and that's a foul ball down the right field line.
Please return off foul ball.
Now that 0-2 count makes sense.
Sorry, we're all caught up. We're caught up in the game up here. Do what you know you're supposed to do.
I mean, you don't see it very often.
An 0-2 count now. Two outs.
Behind his head and bounced off the bat. 0-2 count. This
Peterson slow grounder to shortstop. Peterson out at first. And now at the bottom of the third, Stallions get one to even the game. Back at 9, we head to the top of the fourth. All even at 9. This is Stallions Baseball hosting the Evanston Outlaws. Rock Springs Stallions Baseball with Andrew Gallinger. We'll be right back. From here in Rock Springs, Wyoming, this is Rock Springs Stallions Baseball. Welcome back, everybody, to the top of the fourth inning. The Evanston Outlaws picked up 2 runs there in the top of the third to get 9 runs following a 7-run opening top of the first.
Hoover 0 for 2 on the day, popped down to the first baseman and struck out Sweeney.
Ryan Hoover swung through the first one from Billy Peterson for a strike. Watches the second pitch go by for a ball to the right of the plate. 1-1.
Nobody down, and running out Evanston needs to get that leadoff man off. The 1-1. And Baldwin pops this one in.
Hoover, solid
Please return
contact,
off
but
foul balls to
that
the concession stand for a piece of candy.
pops out for a foul. 1-2 the count now.
Almost got hit.
That one narrowly avoids hitting him. 2-2 the count now.
Excuse me, that's Ryan Hoover, not Ryan.
You said it right the first time.
I know. Too many Ryans, too many Wilsons, too many.
And that one just catches the front of the bat for a foul.
Please return all foul balls to the concession stand for a piece of candy.
Down the first base line. 2-2.
Yeah, Rock Spring Common.
And that one runs in and hits him.
Now batting number 11, Brody Clifton.
That'll give him his first on base of the night. And Brody Clifton.
Brody Clifton, just like Hoover,
We're moving our way progressively into the cold.
has been on base only once. Just like Clifton just now, on base for the first time via hit by pitch. That's how Clifton got on in the first inning, via hit by pitch. We'll see if it's different.
I need to make notes myself. Make more paper. Can I borrow some paper?
As Brody Clifton watches the first one go by for a ball.
bunts.
1-0 the count. Clifton bunts. Garner to Fasola. Goes wide. Now he's stuck in the middle. Racing to third.
That was a miscommunication of running right there. Had to force Hoover off.
And called out is Hoover. Hoover called out at third on that bunt. Miscommunication. Clifton safe at first on the bunt.
That was an excellent bunt by Clifton, too. Drops right down on the plate. And then Hoover gets thrown out. Trying to take it. The 1-0. That one bunted perfectly down the third base line. Love by bunt. Throw. Not in time. Common trips over the bag coming over.
Now batting number 20, Ryan Baldwin.
And Common on to first. Now we'll bring up Ryan.
And a bunt and safe is Kamen.
Down the third base line, who just hustled down there. There was no throw for Hunt and an infield single for Damian Collin, and the Outlaws trying to take the lead back in this game with Ryan Baldwin. Reached on an air, came around and scored, and ground out to third last time he was up. First base by Billy Peterson. That one is away from Garner, but he picks it up quickly. So the Outlaws trying to get back in control of this game.
0-1 the count now.
0-1. That's the first time we've kind of seen a chink in the armor of Billy Peterson. Yeah. The 0-1. As Baldwin pops that one up top.
Baldwin pop up into shallow right.
That's it for Solar, who makes the grab. Out number 2.
Now batting number 5, Walker
That's
Wilson.
out number 2. So now up Walker Wilson.
Got knocked out.
I got a concussion at a softball game. Someone hit us in the back of the head.
The Outlaws.
I didn't find out 2 days later.
Oh, wow.
Pitch. That one, big throwback by Gardner looking up first. But then you just kind of touch it back.
Smart move by Gardner not to change anything there.
And the first one in the dirt for a ball.
Right.
And these kids pushed it over onto it, and the
That
next
one
day she
down
came
low and a good stop by Gardner. 2 balls. Gavin Aller, who is 3 for 3.
That one also in the dirt, ball 2.
Or if somehow Walker Wilson
2 balls,
that'll send up the hottest batter.
no strikes, 2 outs. All even at 9. Evanston 2 men on via bunts. Clifton and Kamen.
1-1 misses outside, so 2 balls, 1 strike.
That one misses for a ball. My apologies. Strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. The count. That one in there for a strike. Make it 2-2 for Wilson now, and
Without giving up the go-ahead run, which stands at second. Tie ball game 9-9 here in the top of the 4th. And the 2-2.
Peterson wind up. Wilson for Evanston. Rodinelli gets it.
Walks the tightrope and gets out of the inning. No runs coming in on 1 hit. It's still 9-9. That means bottom of the 4th on the first Make of Wyoming presentation of Outlaw Baseball on MyLocalRadio.com and Canyon.
The Stallions come away with the save in the top of inning number 4. Get out of it with 2 men on base and don't give up any runs. 9-9, still the score as we head to the bottom of inning number 4. This is Rock Springs Stallions baseball with Andrew Gallagher. We'll be right back.
Late.
Welcome back, everybody, to the bottom of inning number 4. This is Andrew Gallagher with Rock Springs Stallions baseball from here at Rock Springs, Wyoming. Now batting Hudson Pasolar in this 9-all ball game. Rock Springs Stallions looking for their first win on the year.
Stallions 0-32. 0-2 in conference. Evanston 1-5.
Couldn't find anything.
0-2 in conference.
It's one of those weird.
This is not a conference matchup.
Pasolar watches the first two go by for balls. Ahead 2-0 in the count is Hudson Pasolar.
And I was kind of grossed out by the thing today.
That one runs inside, very close to hitting Pasolar, but doesn't. 3-0 the count. And Pasolar has the opportunity to be very disciplined with his hit selection now. Catching the corner of the left of the plate for strike 1. That one way outside to the left of the plate. Pasolar, the leadoff walk here in inning number 4. Andrew Rodinelli up next for the Rock Springs Stallions.
Andrew Rodinelli.
Rodinelli singled back in the second inning. Rodinelli working a 500 day so far, 1 for 2. Rodinelli watched one outside for a ball, 1-0.
Perfect.
That one low, over the plate, 2-0.
Well, they've got more outlaw baseball on Thursday when Green River comes down.
And then either I can tell Bradford somewhat apart from James. Bradford has big hair.
That one in the strike zone. Saw Rodinelli looking, 2-1.
Okay.
Sets at the cheek in the 2-1.
And then Billy always wears his hat weird, so I can see where he is. He like rests it on.
Or you can call him Bam. Bam.
That call for a ball, 3-1 the count now.
Especially with the game being so close. 3-1. This one, Chuck.
And that's a slow roller to third. Play for 1, now for 2. Double play.
What a 5-4-3 double play by the
A double play for the Evanston Outlaws.
This at bat. I'll bring up Dyson Dickinson, 1 on the day. Dickinson.
And Dickinson now gets one down, but it's down
Outside the base.
deep down third, but foul.
Okay, Cannon. And that's the T or not? Christmas?
Cannon Crispin.
1 to Dickinson. Inside part of the zone for strike 2. And Common gets out in front. And that double play round, pretty.
And that second one in there for a strike, coming off of that double play. The cut, Pasolar at second, and Rodinelli. And Dickinson out at first.
Heading into the fifth. 9-9 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard on the First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Outlaw Baseball on 9 local.
And with that, no runs come across here in the bottom of inning number 4. And we will head to the top of inning number 5, still even at 9. This is Rock Springs Stallions baseball with Andrew Gallinger. We'll be back for the top of inning number 5 from here in Rock Springs, Wyoming. This is Rock Springs Stallions American Legion Baseball.
Now batting number 24, Gavin Oliver.
Welcome back, everybody, to Rock Springs Stallions Baseball with Andrew Gallinger. Now batting the leadoff hitter, Gavin Oliver. Swings through that one for Evanston.
Ryder Wilson, who is 1 for 2 on the day, being on deck. 0-1 from Peterson to Oliver. Inside.
What's wrong with Bradford?
That curveball inside, 0-2.
0-2 to Oliver. Outlaws in Rock Springs tied 9-9 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. As Oliver pops this one.
That one a pop up right at first base. Hudson Fasoler gets it. That's out number 1 on the fly out
Now
at
batting number
first.
27, Ryder Wilson.
1 for 2 on the day. Walked, came around and scored. Flew out to left field and a single. Last time out for Ryder.
Little boys without a shirt.
Billy Peterson.
The left fielder, Ryder Wilson, now up.
Wilson chops this one down the third baseline.
That one foul down the third baseline. 0-1 the count.
Hank Allred, who is 2 for 3 on the day with 2 RBIs. Stands on deck.
Wilson swings through that one, 0-2.
Winds continuing to pick up here in Rock Springs.
Yeah, go. What's that?
I don't know.
Peterson with the pitch. That one a high curveball.
I know this is out.
That one a ball, 1-2 the count. 1 out.
Strike. If you foul,
Tie ball game 9-9 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Wilson chases that one.
Swings through that one. And an out for Wilson.
Now batting number 7, Hank Aldred.
Hank Allred now in the batter's box, the starting pitcher for the Outlaws in today's game.
Allred has the potential to be that guy to light off the route.
Absolutely. We've seen it not in this game, but we saw it last Saturday, able to really put a spark to the offense, launching stuff over the fence.
Yeah, 1 home run last week against Cheyenne Pro 6 Noise.
Here's the pitch. Allred into center field. And it is down. Gets caught.
That's it.
And that's the end of the game.
No, it's not the end of the game. That's
End of the inning. Sorry.
My bad.
Sorry, guys. Yeah. End of the inning, so that's...
Got Crispin up. Rodinelli
with the out. As we're here at 9-9. Heading to the bottom of the 5th. We're going to go ahead and keep it here. Let's reset it for you. In the top of the 1st inning, Evanston came away with 7 runs. Rock Springs answered in the bottom of the second with 8 runs to take their first lead at home in the season.
Correction, number 7, Cannon Christmas.
In the third, Evanston responded with 2 to make it 9-8. Rock Springs responded bottom of the third. With 1 to make it 9-9, where we are now. In the bottom of the 5th, with it being 9-9.
No hippity hop, no rap.
Dickinson is now up to bat. Excuse me, Connor Chrisman is now up to bat for Rock Springs in what could potentially be the final half inning of this game, should Rock Springs be able to score. Dickinson gets it down. Dickinson is safe at first. As that gets down,
Now batting number 26, Maddox Ice.
just past the shortstop, Cannon Chrisman.
Yo, VIP. Let's kick it.
Chrisman showed his power to get to first on that slow roller just beyond the outstretched arm. Right to the shortstop as there goes Maddox Ice. There's Chrisman out at second.
And they get the lead out at, or the lead runner at second. Good defensive move. I like Baldwin,
Now batting number
Ice
14,
is safe at first.
correction, 0-0, Sam Wheeler.
Up next for Rock Springs, with 1 out and 1 man on, Sam Wheeler.
Damn.
Dominant with the first pitch for Wheeler. Up high, ball 1.
Wheeler watches 1 for a high, ball 1.
46 pitches thus far. And his 47 is on its way.
Here comes the next one.
Outside, 2 balls, no strikes.
Just a bit right and high.
Wheeler.
2-0 the count now.
49. Not 49.
2 walks around and scored once. Struck out swinging last time up.
Are you the official scoreboard?
I am today.
Okay.
My turf, my freaking scorebook.
Gotcha.
Outside.
And Wheeler watches 1 outside.
Score on every beat.
Gets even further ahead, a 3-0 count now for Wheeler. Wheeler with an opportunity to be very selective at his swings now. And
Deflate you a little.
now watching,
So now if you're Damian Collin, you're 1 pitch.
Wheeler watches a strike go by. 3-1 the count.
Anything right now to keep the batter on his toes, make him second guess anything is what really needed from Collin.
Dominant 3-1.
And Wheeler gets hit! Hit in the shoulder.
I mean, that was keeping him on his toes. I feel like that was what I was really going for, but
Now batting number 14, Huddy G.
Hudson Garner now up for Rock Springs with 2 men on. As Garner
Though, he lit this place on fire back in the second.
reached earlier in the second.
Garner with a chance to do something again. Inside, nearly took his helmet off. Out of the way.
Garner had to duck to avoid getting hit. Ball 1.
No strikes. You know someone in the dugout is telling him to wear that.
All of them.
I can't hear what's going on, so the fact that I called that didn't actually happen. The 0-1 to Garner, this one.
And there's a solid hit. That gets down.
Could be trouble. They hold the runner up at third. Good job by
Garner a single to right.
Up to bat is number 20.
They hold ice at third, so its bases loaded for Jaden Hunt. The Rock Springs Stallions potentially in business with only one out.
This is non-conference, so this game does not count towards the seeding in that state.
Jaden Hunt ready.
Here comes the pitch to Hunt. Inside, 1 ball.
Hunt watches that one just outside of the plate.
Next, ice on third. Sam Wheeler on
To the
first.
left
Hudson
for a
Garner.
ball.
Sam Wheeler on second. Hudson Garner on first. Pitch to Hunt. This one flies.
Hunt hits a long ball, goes back, it's way back, hits the wall. A two-run double, a two-run double, a two-run double.
Number 6, Billy Peterson.
That brings Ice and Wheeler home. And just like that, the Rock Springs Stallions have an 11-9 lead.
For the Outlaws, that thing died just before that thing dropped.
11-9 Rock Springs to Billy Peterson. That was the first one.
Billy Peterson swings at the first pitch he sees. That one fouled off. 0-1 the count. Fouled off towards the Stallions dugout. 0-1, still with one out. Runners on second and third. 11-9 the score here in the bottom of the fifth. Reminder, since we are beyond the 2-hour time limit, this could very well be the end of the game at the end of this inning. As Peterson swings through that one, fouls it off, 0-2.
What's the time on the games?
Well, they just say we have them unless you're in a tournament. In AA, I think they just play 7, but I've been wrong before too. So
Runner on second is Jaden Hunt. Runner on third.
Can we end it now?
right?
The good news.
And that one runs in and hits Peterson. So Peterson advances to first
Number 23.
on the hit by pitch.
1 for 1 on the day with 2 up.
To all the ladies in the place with style
That looks like Coach Small coming out. Looks like we got pitching, Jason. We'll tell you about the new pitcher when we come back after this. First Bank of Line presentation about on baseball.
The only part I remember is that part when he says,
Yeah, he's done.
that's the only part that I remember.
32. Is it Rich?
And now following the hit by pitch with Billy Peterson and Rock Springs having an 11-9 lead. We have a pitching change for Evanston.
32.
So Damian Collins now in right.
And
32, Breckenridge is pitching. They got it. Damian Common will move to right field.
Rich is in for the Evanston Outlaws, pitching here in the bottom of inning number 5.
All did 16 runs.
was in the spring.
Yep.
And spring became the summer.
Breckenridge, but with lots more money.
And this inning will continue with the Rock Springs Stallions only having one out and having already scored 2 runs this inning to take the 11-9 lead.
Ba, ba, ba.
And the bases are loaded with Hudson Fasoler up to bat. The Rock Springs Stallions looking for their first win on the season.
Number 32, Rich.
0-13.
Well, Pickler!
The Stallions record.
Sam Wheeler scored. Hudson Gardner on third. Jade Hunt on second. Billy Pearson on third. First pitch. Hudson Solar misses outside. Deep ball 1. Breckenridge, with only 1 out to work with, has got to.
Breckenridge pitching for Evanston. Misses for his first one for a ball, second one in there for a strike. Fasoler for Rock Springs watches both of them. Fasoler swings at that one.
Bauer throws to second.
Woo! Second one to throw misses.
1 run scores.
1 run comes in for Rock Springs. That's Garner. The second run comes in. Excuse me, that's Hunt that comes in. Peterson is also in.
Andrew Ratnelli.
And then that just rolls away.
And just like that, Rock Springs brought 3 runs in on the triple from Hudson Fasoler off the triple and error, as it's a 14-9 ball game.
He won't. He's been called that since he was a kid.
Where to go with the ball.
Every time I talk about that, she's like, I have a real bad day because I used to hit my dad. Or like, because I used to do, I don't remember.
On Hudson Fasoler's error triple that brought everybody home.
She said she's always the real bad day.
All 3 of them home for a 14-9 lead increase. Andrew Rodinelli. Now the count is 3-1 for Rodinelli and the Stallions. Still with only 1 out. Stallions lead this one 14-9. Rodinelli hits one into shallow right. And that gets brought in for out number 2.
Now batting number 25, Bam Bam.
Now batting, Dickinson.
And I think that's led to the 5-run lead right now for Rock Springs.
5 errors were just
And Dickinson fouls one off that smacks the roof of our press box.
So yeah, the walks and the errors definitely are going to do something.
Oh, he started announcing him as weird nicknames, and
they didn't even pay attention.
Oh, they did. They started actually relaxing, and then they actually playing those 2.
And Dickinson watches that one for a strike. 0-2.
Monster Mash, like all those goofy songs.
Here comes an 0-2. That one's for a ball. 1-2.
He was Baby Shark. His dad was Rich
So that's in the dirt.
Shark. Brother Shark. Baby
2
Shark.
balls, 2
That
strikes.
was his walk-up song. God, he actually picked that song.
And you know this.
We're even. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
Really get on the team, get on the team that's growing and understanding.
2 lights up.
How to play volleyball.
A lot.
You said stands
When
are
we say
pretty
young,
good.
we mean Breckenridge and the majority of this team swing and a miss. First strike.
And a swing and a miss, Dickinson. That ends this inning. 5 runs come across for Rock Springs to end this one. And that ends this game after 5. 14-9. Rock Springs wins their first game of the year over the Evanston Outlaws. 14-9.
Is the game over?
Thanks everybody for joining us. The Rock Springs Stallions victorious over the Evanston Outlaws. We'll be back with you on Thursday for Junior Varsity Home Stallions Baseball.
No, we're still
Enjoy.
playing.
Oh, apologies, folks. We still have baseball going on. A lot of confusion going on here in the press box. Apologies, folks. We are still going. So we will move to the top of inning number 6. So as we head to the top of inning number 6, the Evanston Outlaws trail the Rock Springs Stallions
Now batting number 34,
14-9.
Braxton Bauer.
You could switch at any moment. We did see you put up 7 in the first, so if you do that, you're up by 2. But ever since that 7-run inning,
What is that?
It's by NF.
Who raised that
it's
kid?
been 6 unanswered runs.
Now in the batter's box for Evanston, Braxton Bauer. Bauer slow roller to third, back across to first, and a quick
Now
out.
batting number 15, Ryan Hoover.
Puts out Braxton Bauer.
Who was the last out for us?
5 pitch last time.
Maybe we'll come up. We'll start with Chrisman. Again.
Now up, Ryan Hoover.
As the lights starting to show their beautiful selves here. First pitch to Hoover, outside and down low. Nobody on, no harm done. Ball 1.
Hoover, first one passed by. Catcher Garner for a ball.
Oh, Rich.
Peterson, the pitcher for Rock Springs Garner, still catching. That one catching the plate for a strike.
And this team
1-1.
no doubt they are deserving of a win. 100%. You just don't want it to be against you.
Problems with Game Changer.
1-1.
And there's a screamer into center field, but that is brought down by
Now
Wheeler
batting number 32,
for the out.
Rich.
For out number 2.
Yeah, he's cute.
Now batting, Rich.
Hey, Dad, can I have your card? Tell him I need something.
His first batting attempt tonight.
I was holding back.
Watches that one for a strike. 0-1 to count.
I don't always forget. My board doesn't do that. Are we going on 7?
Catches that one for a foul. 0-2.
Back in the first. In relief, this has kind of been an unofficial start for him, the 0-2. And that one is chopped up high.
That one chopped up right to Peterson. Then right to Fasola. Out at first. A quick 1-2-3 inning for Rock Springs. Now we move to the bottom of inning number 6. Stallions lead by 5, 14-9. As we head to the bottom of inning number 6. This time I'm actually serious, folks. We are going to the bottom of inning number 6. Stay with us. This is Rock Springs Stallions Baseball. I'm Andrew Gallinger.
I good, I would. You look